So, dear ladies, now it's very important chapter. Of course, how to do extension is also very important, but after you learn, you need to practice always, because a successful eyelash extension, like when you're already a good artist, when you brings you a lot of money, it comes only after you're gonna work on it. I don't say you to work like every day from morning till evening, but you need to spend at least 30 or 40 minutes every day on practicing, because it's not like you're gonna learn and increase your knowledge. No, it's just how you make your moves automatically. And why I'm saying you it's very important to practice before you start to work with the clients, because when you start to work with the client, immediately you have a few issues, like you have to follow how the lash supposed to put on the eyelash, you have to remember about the mannequin, you have to remember how you're sitting, you have to remember about the glue and a lot of things also. So it's very much better if your moves of your hands is already automatically, so you can remove some tasks from your head and it's gonna be easier for you to work. So I'm giving you advice to practice every day. Even me, I can bring you the example, because I was working from this stripe a lot of time, and then I realized to change to the hand technique, and I learned how to work in the hand technique in 2 weeks only, because I was practicing even without the clients. Yes, I have 5 years experience, but I was also practicing every day, and I started to know it like 2 weeks. I started to do beautiful finds. That's why I put all my educational theory on this. Like it's gonna be all the extension is gonna be easy, all education is gonna be not stressful, and when you will get your first client, you're gonna have no stress, you're just gonna work with a pleasure, and your client's gonna be satisfied also. Because clients, they always feel when you are nervous, so when you're gonna work with the first clients, your hands already will know what to do, and you will have like 50% less issues how to make the extension. So I suggest you to practice, and I will show you the way of practicing which you can use every day without no client and no model. First of all, the first task where you can start is separating eyelashes. This one you can do without the model, but you can ask somebody from your family or your friends to lay down for you a little bit, and you just take this tweezer, the straight one for separating, and you just separate. Don't make extension, nothing, just learn how to separate one eyelash. Separate, stack, and see. And you remember, you're not gonna just separate, you're gonna turn your attention to somewhere else, to the glue or to the lashes. So you separate, then you separate again, you separate again. For this you can spend like 15-20 minutes, and you will know how to separate very well, because when you are working, it takes like 50% of your time just to separate the eyelashes, and the client's eyelashes, it's much more complicated than the mannequin. So I'm advise you to take somebody of your friends to try it also, and you will be able to be a little bit more familiar with the human body also, just to see how it's there, just to see how everything goes. And I advise you to pay attention to the eyelashes of people you meet on your way, because all the eyelashes is different. As more eyelashes you will see in your life, as more experience you will get, and you will never be confused, for example, because you see this before, because you remember everybody is individual, and you have to be ready to any case in your lash room. If you already tried on your friends or your family, the second one is the mannequin. I advise to you to start your practicing in a comfortable zone immediately. Of course, when you are the beginner, you don't have bed yet, you don't have nothing yet, but I advise you to get it as fast as possible, because as fast you will try in your normal lash maker area, is more easier is gonna be for you. Because I know sometimes we have to start from the sofa, me too, I was starting from the sofa. And when your client is laying down on sofa, normally you sit not really comfortable, and your light is not really comfortable also. So for practicing is not very well, because for proper practicing you need to remove all bothering things which can bother you in the process. For example, it's uncomfortable position like this. When you're gonna sit like this, you will not be able to practice productively because your part of your mind gonna think about this one, even though you don't pay attention for this. If you don't have mannequin yet, or you are expecting for it to arrive anyways, you can start practicing at home with the things you can get easily from nearest shop. Of course, first of all, the mannequin is the easiest way to practice, and I'm recommending you to do at least one eye per day. So after 2 weeks, you'll be able to do the, of course, you see, this eye is not like the real client's eye, but the eyelashes become more complicated than just normal one. So you can try to apply on these kind of eyelashes and see how it works. This is the easiest way. I suggest you to make different schemes, like to do one scheme for this eye, try another scheme for this eye. With mannequin, you can work as long as you want, but I recommend you to pay attention to the mannequin if you have it like every day, at least for a while. Instead of mannequin, you can practice also with a beauty blender like this. This is just a normal blender for the powder. You see, I already make a little bit of extension. You can do like this also when you are putting it first. You have to follow the direction so you can see that all of them looks pretty, and also you can practice the distancing. You can see that all the eyelashes have the same distance from this side, and this is actually almost the same like with the normal human eye. And after you do this one, you can start to make an extension, like start to do the extension for these eyelashes like this. You see, you can try this, and you can do another extension on these eyelashes. This way you can also practice the direction first of all, to see that the tips is always look at you. You also can practice the distancing, because I remember I told you that the distancing and direction is very, very important. So this is the most important thing you will do, and it is responsible thing in eyelash extension. So you can practice like this, and after you will be able to work with the client with a more sure. Because if you imagine the eyelid, the distance is supposed to be same everywhere also. And the direction supposed to be also like this. Okay, let's see it again. I already make extension for 2 eyelashes. So for now, let me see. Right, like that. You see, you just make an extension like that. Now you put the eyelash on the eyelash like this. See, for the tips following, and just like that you can do it. I will show you the small. I am showing you the small part for you to better to do like this the whole round, and to put here like to make extension on these eyelashes. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna succeed. Maybe it's gonna look funny, or it's gonna look like not serious or something, like who gonna put the eyelashes on the blender. But I can make you sure that if you're gonna do like this, you will be able to practice fast, because you know sometimes beginners, they meet the problem like you just cannot match. You just cannot match the eyelash properly. Or also, this is from the main mistakes I didn't mention before, I will mention also. Sometimes the placement is not really proper, and sometimes you can see that the bottom here not really stuck. This is also the main problem of placement. When the first class is done and you need to go to the practice finally, I recommend you to follow some tips. First of all, you need to find the model, because practicing classic extension you can do only with a model. So you need to find the models for yourself. I recommend you to practice at least, of course, you're gonna practice with a mannequin. Of course, you're gonna practice with just a placement of lash. But I want just to say you the thing that to work with a human is very, very different. So I recommend you to practice without clients and also take some models to understand how is this to work with a human body, because clients, they move, they breathe, and they do different things. And when you're gonna see, you will see that all the lashes of the all people is also different. So you will feel more familiar and more free just with a human. In the third chapter, I'm telling how to make it like the psychological part. Your practicing must be not stressful. All things about this work supposed to be not stressful and pleasant. So when you are searching for your first models, it's better if it's gonna be some of your friends or some members of your family, because it's a long process. First, your work is gonna be like 5. My first work was taking 6 hours, so it's gonna be long time. I recommend you to find somebody who is patient and who can spend time with you and support you in this. Don't rush you, because I know when somebody is laying down and say like, when we're gonna finish and things like that, is very, very annoying. For you, you need to make the atmosphere maximum, no stressful, so you will be able to learn much more easier than you're gonna be stressed from everywhere, And also, if you want to finish the work, like if you want to start and really finish your work, don't stop in the middle like it happens sometimes when you're a beginner. I recommend you to work not one eye and next eye, or start from one corner and stuck there. I recommend you to work in a cascade, like put lashes randomly everywhere under the eyes. So actually you will be able to finish anytime when you're a client and you will be tired, but the look of the work will be good, because your work gonna be important for you. You will have to take pictures and make a portfolio or something like that. So you need to pay attention how you work, how you choose your models, and how you documentalize all this, because this is the history of your growth and your improvement.